Hey guys, it's the Logic Show here with another video. This video is going to be really interesting and it's going to be on this chess puzzle made by a guy named Lord Dunsany, who is an Irish writer. And this chess puzzle is really interesting. It's creative and it's about something that a lot of people don't really think of in general circumstances. You have to notice tiny details here. I hope you guys enjoy this puzzle. I did while solving it, and I also enjoyed making this video. Thanks so much. I hope you consider subscribing, following me on Instagram, emailing me if you have any questions, and pressing the bell icon for any sort of information. Anything you guys can do to help would really benefit me and would make the content on this channel a lot better. So with that being said, let's go straight to the video. Alright, hello guys. Today we're going to be talking about this really cool puzzle, like I mentioned before. And this puzzle is a puzzle regarding checkmate, and you want to checkmate in 4 moves from this position. I encourage you not to use these letters and numbers here. They may not or may be correct. You might want to figure that out. I'm not really trying to give away anything through that. It's just something I hope you guys understand in the beginning. And something else, this was a puzzle that was originated from a standard gameplay, so we did not just start the game right here. This puzzle actually started from the standard gameplay position, and we got to this type of position here, and then we're continuing to play on from there. So I hope that helps. I really hope you pause as well, and I really hope you try and solve it. So I'm going to give you 3 seconds to just try and solve it and pause. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video. Hopefully you were able to get the solution. If you did not, it's also okay. I did not get the solution on my first attempt. On my second attempt, after scrutinizing the problem, solving it, after a while I got it. So I'm going to tell you my thought process while I tried and solved this puzzle. So my main thought process, the main thing that was going on through my head, one thing I noticed very quickly, and I hope you guys also noticed very quickly, was the fact that the kings and queens are switched for black and white, which means that one of them is wrong and one of them is right. So if you've played chess for a while, you would know that the king is always got to be on the E square. Why is the queen circled? I apologize for that. Just let's leave the queen circled. How about that? There, got it out. Okay, so the king is on the E file, right? Every single time the king's on the E file. That's why always there's an E4, E5 thing, because the king's pawn always opens with everything. So the king is on the E, which means that black must have switched the queen and king. Now for black to switch the queen and king, that means that they must have had a pawn open up, right? There's no way, no legal move in chess where you can switch the king and queen and without moving your pawns. Because you're going to have to get the king to come here, the queen to come there, and then come back. That's the only way you can. Unfortunately, that's a fact. So what the only potential way this could have happened is that black started on this side of the board, where white is currently, and white started on black's side of the board, and then they attained this position by just coming forward and continuing to come, right? So what that essentially means is that black's king and queen started out over here, and white's king and queen started over there, and black's king ended up switching on the path while traversing to the other side. Black's king switched to the D square, and the queen switched to the E square, which is not standard gameplay. Now, one thing that needs to be noticed here, and something that I don't think is noticed enough, and when I say that, is the fact that means that these pawns, they're going towards this direction. They're on their 7th square right now. They've moved 1, 2, 3, or they could have gone up to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. They're on their 4th move. Each of them, they've all played around 4 moves if they've not killed anything, and they've all attained to a position on this square, which means if the knight, for example, were to leave, this pawn could go in that square and could become a queen. Right now, knowing that, I hope you guys would pause the video one more time. If you didn't get this in the beginning, I hope you guys pause the video and use this to actually help you, because this is something that is really helpful in general. And I hope that you guys do this, but it's fine if you don't. So now if you're here, you've probably either solved it or you haven't. Both cases, let's get into how we should solve the problem. So number 1. What the whole point of me telling you that was, I could place my queen here, and although theoretically, as per the rules of the game, of the current game right here, they could kill my queen. If this is what is occurring right now, the only potential thing that could happen, the only move that could even be, in fact, not good for the queen, would just be us bringing our knights out, right? However, the thing is, we can kill them. So there's essentially no move currently that black can do that's actually beneficial for us. The only reason why bringing out the knights would even help in this case is that they could just promote their pawn to their queen, and they can leave and they can come out. Other than that, there's not much of a really big advantage to black's position at this point. So our queen can be here. The black pawns are here, however, cannot attack. So we're essentially allowed to come up all the way up until this 6th file. And we're allowed to do anything here without the pawns being able to do anything. Now, okay. So that was kind of by accident. Remember, one more thing, I don't know if you guys noticed, I said in the beginning not to use these numbers and letters. That's because of the fact that the letters are alphabetical for white and numerical for white. And if I put it so that black was on this side, it would have kind of ruined the whole trick. You would have gotten that black switched if black was on this side. So I didn't want to really do that. So I decided to just do it this way. And to tell you guys to not really regard the numbers here. So I hope that really helped. If that didn't, it's also okay. I hope you guys just understood with the king and queen being switched. That's the only potential way this thing could have gone forward. So now what we're going to have to do this is now we're gonna have to realize one more final thing, and it's the fact that the king is well protected, right? The king, we can, with any of our pieces like rooks, bishops, queens, we can't do anything. The only piece that can even try to attack the king right now is a knight, and the reason why is because if a knight got into a position like this, for example, a knight could check the king, and the king is blocked in a position where it can't move. However, even though this knight could kill. So the whole point is we want to find a position on this board where we can check the king, and it's very unlikely that another knight would be able to come and kill us. In fact, not likely for another knight to come and kill us. So the only position on the whole board that does that is this one right here. So we have to try and find a way to get one of our knights here. And if you notice, the quickest way to do that is coming here, and then we can come there, and then we can go all the way here. So we can bring our knight up to e2, then we can bring it up to f4, we can bring it back to e6, and we're going to have this nice check on the king. So essentially the way this game is supposed to run is that I am going to essentially allow this to happen. I put this move, right? White starts. Now, black could do really any move in this case. However, their best move would always be to do this right here. Right, because then what they've essentially done is, well, they're not allowing their knight to be killed right here. We're not going to be able to kill their knight. But there's really no point in that because we're going to obviously achieve our goal. So we can just come here. And there's not much really they can do at this point because they're kind of screwed. Once we bring our knight over here, they can't do anything for the checkmate, right? This checkmate is essentially a big problem for them that they can't actually solve, which is why what they could do essentially, and one of the best moves they probably would do, is come up to here, right? The reason why they would do that is that way they block this move from happening. However, it's a simple fix. We do this. They can do any move they can, really. Any move, the best move would be nothing because there's really not anything for them to do. They come here. We do this, and it's a checkmate. And obviously, this pawn can kill, as of the current circumstances, like this pawn could kill. However, that's not the actual game we're playing. Remember, these pawns are going towards this square here. Although the game right now I've designed does not really apply that way. So you can actually see this puzzle is really interesting in the fact that we are able to utilize the fact that two things are switched. And we have to kind of do some creative thinking to understand how things are essentially working. I hope you guys enjoyed that puzzle. Thank you guys so much. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching that video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, press the bell icon, comment, and anything else you can really do. Following me on Instagram, emailing me, anything like that would really help. Thanks so much. And I really enjoyed making this puzzle. It was one that was really interesting and one that was really different. I hope you guys understood the general gist of the solution I gave you, as well as the general principles you want to try and use while solving these problems. Thanks so much. See you guys later, and peace.